This week on Artsbeat, Harry Potter hysteria and the Wizard Rock scene, and opera critic Tony Tommasini on the troubles of the New York City Opera.
The New York City Opera is in trouble, and the troubles could not be more public, and it's very, very sad. This is the People's Opera. Now, you're not going to see the first-ranked international singers and Renee Fleming and people like that, but you're going to see younger, eager, very gifted artists. They take more chances with productions, do more innovative things, and it's been cheaper. So one problem that many people within the City Opera have long felt is that it's in the wrong house. It is very hard to establish and project its own identity, its own character at Lincoln Center, where it is literally in the shadow of the Metropolitan Opera. And there's been a contingent of people within the company that have always wanted to get out of Lincoln Center. Now, one person who really felt that was the guy who ran the place for 11 years. So he retired in 2007, Paul Kellogg. He wanted to find a smaller house, a house that was built really for opera, not for ballet. He just couldn't pull it off. So people like me have been urging the company to get out of Lincoln Center for years, but not this way, not the way it's about to happen. George Steele, who is the current general manager and artistic director, he started last season, the 09-10 season. He's a very enterprising, very creative guy, very committed, has announced that they're now going to leave Lincoln Center. They're going to become a kind of roadshow company. This idea is in many ways a creative and interesting idea. It's just not what the company's been. It's such a radical departure from what it's been that some people within the company who are very upset have said that they really shouldn't call the New York City Opera any longer if that's what they do. The immediate crisis is what to do about the orchestra and the chorus and the union members of the entire company. Obviously, if they go ahead with this idea of the itinerant City Opera, they don't need a full-time orchestra. They don't need a full-time chorus. Next season was announced at a press conference at the Guggenheim Museum on Tuesday, and outside there was a rally with the musicians and chorus members, and there were some politicians who spoke, and they were very feisty in defense of the union and the necessity of having a full-time orchestra and a real proper city opera. But are they going to rustle up a lot of government support that does not exist right now? What George Steele is now proposing is so radical, is such a pared down, such a different version of what has been, that it's shocking. It's shocking to all of us who have loved this company and wish it well and think it's absolutely essential to cultural life in New York.
In 14 years, Harry Potter has become a cultural and business phenomenon, with hundreds of millions of books sold and the highest-grossing film series of all time. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. The final film, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, opens this Friday, July 15th.
Let's finish this the way we started. Together!
Co-chief movie critic for the New York Times, Manohla Dargis calls the movie tightly focused, somber, unsettling, and often beautiful. She writes, "One of the great and surprising satisfactions of the series is how it maintained its storytelling and filmmaking integrity, despite the corporate imperative." The series has spawned video games, clothing lines, toys, and even Wizard Rock.
Because I see some Weasleys, can't believe they came for me. Oh, take me from this place, it's not my home. 'Cause I'm leaving in a blue Ford Anglia. Try and stop me.
I guess you could call it a genre, but that would be kind of not really fully explaining it. It's more like a community of bands and fans.
Man, I wish I could run, 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 run. Man, I wish I could sing, 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 sing. Man, I wish I could talk, 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 talk.
The best thing about Wizard Rock is that it's really open-ended and that pretty much anyone can get involved.
Dumbledore's gay, and that's okay.
Just the general creativity of the fandom is something that's really fostered this into an actual movement.
It's pretty crazy to go from being like the weird kid in your school to being with a whole group of other weird kids at their schools and finally like knowing what it feels like to belong, and that's what this song is about. It's for you guys, and it's called It's Real for Us. Ever since I was a kid, I couldn't explain the things I did. Thought it would make my family proud, instead it kinda freaks them out. If there's a place where I can go to step outside status quo, tackle every lesson plan. If I could stop hiding who